And we are going to be talking about everything that we saw, everything that happened during our wonderful Kingdoms of Amalur
Reckoning
gameplay excursions, our exploration of this massive open world action RPG from the people that don't exist anymore, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Alan, what are some of your favorite memories of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning?
I think my favorite memory would have to be when you found that bear and it spooked me.
So we found the bears, and we did have a fight, didn't we, with the bears? We had
you and me, or you and the bears?
Me and the bears. So, and when I say
Robby,
me and the bears, that's not.
You got some from Target, I think.
That's an electric fly swatter.
Do you want it?
No, I don't. I have to disinfect that. So when I say the bears, of course you remember that we fought the bears. The bears, we ended the bears' lives. They were left there in the woods outside of this wonderfully rendered little town, as I recall. And we left the bears there, and we tried to find them again. And that was quite an adventure in and of itself, was trying to find the bears, because we knew that the bodies of the bears would still be there, because the wonderful usage of video memory in Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning allowed those bears to be there in perpetuity. For if you were out there, would you just mind spraying the lavender plants?
I'm gonna wash off the Target box so it's disinfected.
No, don't do that. There's batteries in there. It's an electric fly swatter. So just go ahead and point that at. We have some rosemary and some lavender out back.
Look
being a little parched because we haven't had time to get out there.
Yeah, it looks good back here, Robby. I love it.
Thank you. We've done a lot of work on the yard.
I might just stay back here. It's so nice.
Well, yeah. If you do that, we're going to have some problems, because you're going to get bit by. Well, we get the coyotes up here at night.
I don't mind.
I think they might, because it's their yard.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, we killed the bears. We lost the bears. We tried to find them again, so we could show everyone here watching the wonderful video memory usage that Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning showcases.
I don't know how to turn off your hose.
Unfortunately, well, this is just us looking back.
Robby, which way do you turn the hose to get it off?
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Got it. It was normal. I thought it was weird. I'm all wet. Can I?
I've never liked that phrase, righty tighty, lefty loosey. It always it sounds a little impure to me. It sounds problematic, like a guy with a buzz cut might say it.
Lefty loosey, Robby. I'm all wet. Can I come in and towel off?
You absolutely cannot, Alan. The door's locked. We've also.
That's the problem, Robby.
Katie has pulled. What's the difference? When you draw something, does that mean it's opened or is it closed? I can never.
I don't know. Are you talking about It's the Arts?
It's not. No, not yet. But maybe in a second. And here, so Kingdoms of Amalur coverage.
Oh my God!
So many things happened. So many wonderful experiences over the course of the last 6-7 weeks, including remember when we were killed, Alan, while we were searching for the bears, the bodies of the bears, so we could. That's Beck's.
That's non-alcoholic, Robby. Let's share the Beck's non-alcoholic beer together. You and me, just take slugs of this.
Alan, 4th of July weekend. If things are back to any sort of semblance of normalcy, I promise you, one of us can drink Beck's, and the other person will drink iced coffee or I've been drinking a lot of onion tea.
Let's both share the one Beck's.
So when we were searching for the bears, we also got killed. We were killed, of course, you recall, in Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and this is an EGI exclusive. No one else was killed searching for the bears.
There's a helicopter out here, Robby.
Fighting the boggarts. And I don't like saying that word because it sounds, there's something wrong about it. It sounds almost not as bad as righty tighty lefty loosey, but it's still it sounds like it could be almost saying something very bad. But the boggarts were, of course, these wonderfully rendered creatures with wood heads. And there was more powerful ones, and they would always attack you during a bit of a swarm. It was sort of a swarm
Robby, this wood is chipped.
That's from the coyotes, Alan. The coyotes try to get into the house at night. This is why you need to protect it. If you're going to be out there all night, I can't stop you. I'm not a police officer, and I'm not going to open this door or this window and infect the whole house, because we have been running a tight ship, as you recall. So, but not as much of a tight ship as they were running in that town that we visited, where it appeared to be there was very few people around. So you can only imagine that they were inside buildings that we did not enter because we were still looking for the bears, or we were still on our way to regain some semblance of pride back from the boggarts, the
it is so dark
creatures with the wood on their heads. We also we went into a cave.
It's dark as hell.
This is Alan. I need your help here because you're the expert on our Kingdoms of Amalur coverage. Did we go into the cave, or did we just think?
I think you just talked about going in the cave.
I think we just talked about going. I think we just talked about going. We looked at the cave, but we didn't go into the cave. This is the problem with a game like Kingdoms of Amalur, because you sort of set off, and if you don't kind of keep a focus on what you're trying to do, you're going to go off on all these different directions.
If there's a problem.
If there's a problem. There's never a problem.
Not with Kingdoms of Amalur. Why not?
Because there's no problem with going off the path and beat Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, but we were trying to bring a special kind of insight into Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, so we didn't go into the cave.
You wouldn't believe how dark your yard gets.
Oh, just wait till the coyotes show up, because the coyotes are they're always drenched in sweat.
Really?
So
are you kidding?
We didn't talk about the differences. What we did not do when we were covering our incredibly unique coverage of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning was that we did not talk enough about.
Robbie, I'm shaking it up.
Well, don't do that, because then it'll be all fizzy when you open it.
I know, but that'll be a fun time.
And if you get, it'll smell like food to the coyotes.
It'll smell like Bex, and it will be fun for both of us.
The fruit flies will get on you.
I think it could be a fun adventure if we both got hosed down with Bex. Damn this, Bex.
So what we didn't do is we didn't talk about the differences between Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning and Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, the other action-adventure, open-world action-adventure RPG from... It's sort of like if you made Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning with a group of Japanese developers instead of a bunch of criminals.
Right.
So what are those differences, Alan?
Of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning v what versus what?
Dragon's Dogma.
The Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning's got more boggarts and sprites, and the hide helmet feature. Well, I would like to move on to the next segment, because I don't know. You played a lot of Kingdoms of Amalur, but a lot of it was confusing.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you there, because this is our time to look back at our Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning coverage.
Can I come in and we can play it from the beginning and see if we can beat it in one night? That would be fun. Robbie, do Game Plus.
Alan, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do sort of a word association here. This is all goblins.
Goblins.
So you say the first word that comes out of your head when I say goblins.
Robbie.
Wolf.
House.
Troll.
Caden.
Thresh.
What was that one?
Thresh.
Thresh? I don't know what it means, so I can't play the word association game.
The Thresh is those crazy creatures that look like trees. They look like trees, or they look like the Wild Hunt from...
I'll probably... Then in that case, my word will be trees.
Okay, well, so Thresh, trees, creatures... What do you got in your hand there?
That was one of your bush plant, one of your big bushes.
Don't touch that.
Robbie, the plants just fall right apart if you tug on them in your backyard. So you should
Alan,
maybe.
You got to get out of there. This is our final episode, Alan. Throwing the whole thing off.
Final and best, in my personal opinion.
Okay, well, you got to get out of there with that. The Bex is yours. The WarioWare Smooth Moves are yours.
Look how bright the light got. The Bex is ours to share.
This is a video game. Alan, this is a video game.
It's a two-player game we can play. This is a video game. This is just one of your plans.
As many people can play WarioWare. That's the magic of the WarioWare games.
Well, how many controllers you got?
I don't have. I have 4 Wii controllers.
Let's
but
hop up.
Unfortunately, I've got no Wii.
Let's drink the Bex and hop in the car and go to a GameStop and get a Wii.
They're all gone.
What do you mean they're all gone?
Well, nobody sells them anymore. Alan, I'm getting a little worried about you out there.
Why?
Because you're not.
Don't worry about me.
You're not talking about the video game news. You're not talking about Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. We've got all this stuff prepared.
I'll talk about that.
Say, what do you want to talk about?
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I already told you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, bud. Get that out of my slop sink. What the hell is that in the slop sink?
It's a cranberry juice.
You can't bring cranberry juice over. You can't. That's a slop sink.
It's not mine.
It is now.
Look how hot your slop sink gets. It burned my hand. Damn it. It's so hot. Ow!
Okay, well, turn the slop sink off because
Robby,
our landlord pays for that, and she's keeping the rent low for us with the expectation that we're going to take care of the yard and keep the water bill down.
I watered the yard, so I am taking care of it. I did hurt my hand even with the gloves, so I would like to come in and get mended.
You haven't. You're wearing thermal. Those are thermal gloves.
Okay, well, I was lying about getting hurt.
You didn't feel.
I was lying about. You're right.
So I'm going to tell you a little secret about that door, Alan, is that's locked from the inside with a chain. So even if you were able to jimmy that lock off, the deadbolt and the handle bolt,
well, I'll get in the window.
Knob bolt, they can't go in the window.
Says who?
It says the iron on the window, the bars on the window.
Yeah, I don't care. I think I can get down here. Robby, why?
What have you been eating?
I ate
You've
granola.
been out there.
Robby,
how long have you been out there?
I brought a granola. Robby, are you gonna watch me? Ow! Oh!
All right, this just in. Alan is breaking the circle of trust, but that has been established by the mayor's office of Los Angeles and the governor's office of California, along with numerous other entities that have asked us to be careful, to be sincere and careful and take care of each other. Alan, I have to say that I am incredibly disappointed to finish off. This is QUARANT-EGI's final episode, and we've barely had a discussion about any video games.
Did I miss much? My selfie stick broke.